Hey, hi. So let's directly go to the implementation part. Okay. So see, first we'll tell you the technology part. See, for front end, for building front end, we have used HTML, CSS, right? You are aware of this, right? And for language, we have used Python language, right? And then in database, we have used SQLite database. Okay. And for the framework for integrating front end and back end, right, we have used Django framework, right? Django integration. So I think you aware of Django, you are learning Django framework, right? So we have used Django one, right? And for database we have used SQLite. Okay. And for there are multiple models available in our project, right? Just like we have diet recommendation, right? So for C, for diet recommendation, we have Chat GPT API. Don't say Chat GPT API. Use technical words like open AI model. Or you can say like this will be more increase the weightage of your project. Okay, if you say directly कि you have used Chat GPT, then it may they consider as you have used third party API. Okay, but if you say कि you have used open AI, basically we have used turbo model. Okay, turbo I'll tell you what is turbo. Basically, see, there are multiple models available of chat gpt. In chat gpt, see, whatever chat gpt we are using, so in the backend they have multiple models means algorithm. They have multiple algorithms, so we can use any one. So we are using turbo 2, which is the accurate one. Okay, so we have used open your turbo model, you can say like that. Okay. And we have one more, right? What was uh, yeah, see, disease prediction, right? We have disease prediction. So for this, we have used same turbo model. Okay, this one, as well as we have used uh, machine learning algorithms as well. Okay, from scratch, we have implemented machine learning algorithm from scratch, and we have used that. Okay, this is the this is the pre-trained model. You can say like a pre-trained model. This is a trained model. We have trained the model. Okay, so like that. Okay. And for voice to text. Okay. And text to voice. Okay. Text to voice, and text to speech, speech to text, speech, something like that. Okay, for this we have used inbuilt Windows functionality. So we have library in JavaScript, inbuilt library, Windows library. So we have used the same. Okay. And for the language feature, language, we have implemented Google Translator plugin. Okay, translator plugin. So it handle the language models. Okay. So we no need to care everything. We don't have to write the words from native language or like that. Okay, so Google Translator handle internally. So see, first we'll go with diet recommendation. Okay. So if you see the project structure, this is the project structure, right? So it has multiple things. See, this is the model. So this is models means this is the distance prediction models. Okay. And this is the home. Okay, home page is the uh, main route. Okay, so this is the chatbot route. Okay. And where we able to do the chatting. Okay. And this is the home, which is the main route. Okay, so in the route, if you go URLs, so you can able to see the list of URLs, right? So we have this number of URLs. So the main URL is this one, ask means whenever you type any message and click to send button, so this route will get called, and this route will call this chat message. Okay. So this chat message handle everything. Okay. So what we are doing, see, if you go to this view.py, home view.py, so all code will be available, code are available here. Okay, it's almost 800 lines of code. Okay. So mainly, see, for database operation, for storing data into database and all. Okay, so we have used normal inbuilt ORM tool of Django. Okay, I think you are aware of that. Okay. And see, we have defined some routes like a basic routes, home, BMI, home page, like that. Okay. So see, whenever user gets login, suppose it's a login. Okay. So then we are just filtering whether the user exists or not. If it is then login, then it will redirect to index.auth, right? Index.auth page. And if you go to index.auth page, so what we are doing, we are generally taking a random token is kind of session id. We are maintaining session id for every user, so that if suppose multiple user using our website, right, and if messages gets conflicted with each other, that will cause the issue, right? So that's why we are taking a 16 number token, and we are managing multiple user with this token. Okay, user sessions. Okay, we have created a dictionary user session where we are appending the token ID, and we are just setting the parameter -1. -1 means key it is at normal state. Normal state means suppose if I go to chatbot, so now it is in normal state. Okay, and suppose I have typed something Sahil. Okay, what we have done, I have added validation for everything. A validation is what? See, now I have given my name, right? So condition is now become 1. Okay, it becomes 0. Okay, so it will automatically add 1, a kind of a consider we are creating a variable, and that variable we are maintaining, and with that variable we are checking ki what is the status of user. Status means ki where it is currently. Okay, means, see, let me explain you by code. If you go to the code. Okay, and if you go down. Okay, see, this is the chat message, right? So whenever user is sending anything, so this function will get called, and this function will taking the user message and session id. Okay, and then it is detecting the language. Okay, if it is in other language, so what we are doing, suppose if suppose I am typing something, suppose I have changed the language from Hindi. Okay, so it will become Hindi, right? So whenever I will type anything, it will get converted to Hindi, right? And that message will, if we check that Hindi message here, it will throw error, right? Because it does not support Hindi language. So what we are doing, we are just taking the message, and then we are detecting the language. If the language is detected, whether Hindi or something, then we are converting the sentence into English so that we can validate. Okay, so like that we are doing. Okay, so let it be, that is the Google Translator. Okay, so then what we are doing, see, what was I was saying. So see, we have validating the user message. See what we are doing, if the user message is undefined, then we are greeting. Okay, and we are getting the current state, right? See, this is the current state. Okay, so what we are doing, see, when user at -1, see what we are doing, we are showing the options, and and then the state will become 1. Okay, or 0. Okay, next time it will become 0, right? Then see, if state is 0, then we are asking the age. Okay, if state is 1, then we are asking uh, gender. Okay, like that we are making the state, and with the state we are validating. Okay, with this state we are validating key what is the current state of user, so that we can request for the questions and answers. Okay, like that. Okay, so similarly, see, we have mentioned from 0 to 10 or something, we are just validate setting the state for diet, and for 100 to 110 we are just keeping for the disease, and for remaining 200 to 210 we are just taking for health conversation. If you see, if you go down, see, uh, see, if the state is 100, then we are asking questions for the disease prediction kind feature. Okay, and if it is less than 100, then we're asking the question based on diet generator. Similarly, if it is more than 200, then we are asking for normal health conversation. Okay, like that. Okay, and see, suppose user choosing the uh, diet recommendations option. Okay, and they have answered all the questions. Okay, and from like age, gender, male, everything user has answered. Okay, and then it goes to the state 8. State 8 is means the final state. So when goes to state 8, current state is 8, then that means we have asked all the question and we have all the data. Okay, then we are generating the plan. Okay, so see, so here we are calling the turbo model API. Okay, so what we are doing, see, if you go chat GPT, okay, and if you ask anything, right? Suppose if I ask anything, create diet plan for 25, yeah, years boy. Okay, simple, just okay. So if I ask to create a diet plan, okay, so see, it is giving me diet plan. Okay, so this is the thing we are using. Okay, see what we are doing, instead of this simple message, we have just passing all the parameters. Key, what is the age, what is the gender. Okay, we have created a format. If you go to the code, okay, see the generate formatted string. Okay, if you go to this function, so here we are just getting all the information, and we are setting into this format. See here we have mentioned key, please generate a diet plan, and these are the information, and we are asking to keep this format, and then we are also asking to keep or like details and all information accordingly. It that chat GPT will generate. Okay, so like that we have created a format to generate a diet plan, and then see so this way we can get the formatted string, and then that formatted string we are passing to the chat GPT API. Okay, if you go to this function, so in this function here you can see this is the API for the chat GPT. Okay, this is the root, as we are creating root in Django, right? So they have also created a one API for the prediction, where we are passing our authentication, and here you can see we have passed GPT 3.5 turbo model. Here we have to select the model, and then it will give the response. Okay, and then once this API gets success, then we get data in result, and then we are passing this result. Okay, so I have created one chat GPT parser. If you go to this parser function, no, inside this function, so this function basically what it is doing, it is just extracting the result from the complete request. Okay, and then we are just extracting the breakfast, evening snack, dinner, etc. We are just splitting all the thing. Okay, and once splitting completed, then we'll get everything inside this content, and then inside the content we will get all list, breakfast list, lunch list, etc. Okay, and then we are just appending the list into the response, and we are just displaying the list into this URL meal list. Okay, and then we used to get the complete table structure format. If you go to this meal list.html file, na, see in the template we used to keep all the HTML files. If you go to this meal.list file HTML, so here you can see, here we are just iterating those lists one by one and generating the table. That's it. So this way we are generating the diet plan. Okay, similarly now I'll go to the normal health conversation. Okay, similarly for the normal health conversation, what we are doing, we are just taking user message, and whatever user message is there, we are just passing it to the chat GPT API, and whatever chat GPT API response will generate, we are just displaying. Okay, that's it. We are just acting as an intermediator. And for the disease, okay, see, if you go to your project folder, okay, there is a folder, notebook folder is there. If you go inside this notebook folder, so there is a file, this file. Okay, you can go to the Google Colab, just go to Google Colab, and just upload this file. Okay, so I have the complete setup, so it will get open in my system. So you can go to the Google Colab and upload it. Okay, and then you will get this code. Okay, so basically we have used this data set. This is a data set, this is symptoms data set. So this data set basically consists a disease name and the symptoms for the related death. Okay, and it's, so we are just reading the data set, and we are just filling the null value, printing the head means we are just displaying some tables. Okay, data, and then we are just processing the data. As you can see, there is a number of underscore and everything is there, so we are just replacing, and we are just cleaning the data. Okay, and then here we have also done created a function which will help to remove emoji and unnecessary columns like this one. There is no use of this. Okay, for the predicting of what this is, so we are just removing that. Okay, like that we are doing the pre-processing kind of. Okay, so after the cleanup, so these are the number of diseases which we found inside the data set. Okay, and this is the count key, this is the count key, this is one of the diseases, and it has this number of rows in data set. Similarly diabetes, so diabetes has this number of rows. Okay, like that. Okay, and then we have storing the clean data set. Okay, and then again we are reading the clean data set, and then we are replacing none value, and just getting the number of unique diseases. So there are 404 types of diseases are there in our data set. Okay, and then we are using label encoder. Label encoder means it will assign a number to every disease. Okay, instead of keeping the disease name, we are just replacing with numbers. Okay, and after replacing with numbers, so it becomes like this. Okay, 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 like that. Okay, this is zeros and one format. It's kind of encoding. If you Google or YouTube it, you will get it. Okay, and these are the symptoms list, total symptoms list, and then we are just creating the data frame and then combining encoded data with the symptoms. And then if you go down, this is just printing the data. Okay, and for the algorithm part, if you go down, so then we are just keeping the x, all the symptoms feature as a x, and output like the type of disease as we are considering as output. Okay, and then this is the model training, and then we have divided the data into training and testing part, and we do training with algorithm with the training data and testing with the testing data. And if you go down, so this is the normal graph. It will generate the proper list. Okay, for the uh, all symptoms. Okay, and just a second, where is the code? So this is the algorithm part. So we have used decision tree algorithm, and where we are passing the x and y data. X is the input, y is the output. We are just training the data algorithm. Okay, and then we are checking the score. So we have got 97% accuracy, and then we are saving the trained model. Okay, and yeah, so like that we have done the training. Okay, and similarly if you go to view.py file, so where we are just taking the symptoms one by one, we are just getting the symptoms one by one, and whenever user click to the predict, whenever you click to predict na, and if we are just validating, if user messages predict, then it will do the prediction. So what we are doing, I have created one function predict distance from symptoms. So in this we are just passing all the symptoms, we are storing all symptoms into this all result list. Okay, we are storing all the symptoms which is entered by user, and we are just passing into this predict distance from symptom function. Okay, so if you go to this function, so it will just convert everything into dictionary zeros and one format, and then it is making the prediction based on our model which we trained, and then converting into data frame and generating the result, and whatever result has generated, whatever type of disease, it will display. Okay, so like this disease prediction is working. Okay, and yeah, and similarly if you check the translator, so this is the translator file is there. So this is for translation from Hindi to English, the Hindi to English, English to Hindi, whatever. Okay, we have created some function like detect language which help to detect language based on text, input text, and it is a function to convert uh, any text into the source language. Okay, whatever language we want to convert, and this is the same also original language. And this is predictor. Okay, formulas. So yeah, so we have also this is created a function to calculate the normal BMI score and the calories requirement, so that we will get a proper diet plan. Okay, we are just calculating the number of calories will be required based on user information, and then passing into the chat GPT, so that chat GPT will get accurate result. Okay, this is the rough function. This function we have integrated in view.py file only. Okay, and and this is a data set. Okay, and there is a chatbot section. Okay, so for chatbot, if you go to this index.auth file. Okay, and if you go down, okay, so if you go down, so in the bottom we have done all the chat stuff. Okay, if you go to line number 300, so there is a chat stuff. Okay, so this is the UI part which we have created. Okay, so what we have done, basically, see here we have this is a recording. This is JavaScript function which is we created whenever user clicks to speak button, speak mic button or speaker button. Okay, so that is the basic JavaScript. Okay, and see there is a API. If you go down, see this is the API. This is the fake message API. Okay, so whenever user typing, entering, clicking on send, so this function will get called. This function will taking the input message and just passing into this ask API and the session ID. Okay, similarly what we are doing, if you go here, so here you can also see. So so see, this is the same function. Okay, this is the URL, ask URL, and this is the function for the particular that URL. Okay, and here where you can see we are getting user message and session ID so that we can uniquely identify the user. Okay, so this we are doing the same. We are passing it. Okay, from here, and then whatever response has generated, we are displaying, and we are creating dynamic HTML content. Here you can see we have created a HTML content. So whenever user will get chatbot will get response, so it will create this div. Okay, so like that we have done. Okay, you can send me a question if you have any doubt. You can send me on WhatsApp.
Thank you friends for watching my video. If you are new then subscribe channel and share with your friend. Thank you.